Okay, so let's talk about BTC's anticipating bounce after this severe dump, how we need to position ourselves. Okay, so let's go straight to your BTC chart. Okay, so let's go straight to your BTC chart. Okay, so right now BTC can do two things. Okay, BTC can either make, right now it's doing this as a resistance, and we can enter short and we can ride it all the way to $25 point $25,000. Okay, there's your take profit if your BTC dumps, and there's this scenario will only happen if there's a serious dump. Okay, so more probably it's going to give this bullish side. Okay, so we'll go on a 30 minutes time frame. Okay, we can see it from here only. Okay, so more probably what it will do is this thing is behaving as a resistance around $25 point $25,000 $782, right? It's behaving as resistance. Okay, so right now it's going to give a pump. It's kind of going to give a small dip. That's the time where we need to enter. Okay, all along mostly this scenario will happen. Okay, so when it gives this kind of small dip, that's the time we enter. Okay, and we even enter to a altcoins. Okay, at this time when the small dip is there, those altcoins also will dip slightly. We need to enter into them also, so we need to keep an eye. And for BTC chart, it's more probably going to 26,658. Okay, so now we need to take this info and go into the next chart, which is your Ethereum chart. But first, if you like content like this, just hit the like button. So YouTube also recommends content like this, and you're kind of early to watch this. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your Ethereum. Okay, so Ethereum is right in the middle. Okay, so more probably your Bitcoin is bullish, right? So Ethereum will also go to this resistance more likely. But if there's a severe dump, right, your Ethereum is going down to this support at around $17.69. Okay, so even if you see your Ethereum chart, right, this was behaving as a resistance. That $1,818.47 was behaving as a resistance for quite a long time, and this being the support. Okay, so more probably if your Bitcoin pumps, it's going to go to this resistance 1,847, and if it dumps, if there's something severe, it's going to 1,769. Okay, so now let's go into your next chart, which is your AVAX also. See, for AVAX also, your AVAX right now will go on a 30 minutes time frame to see exactly. Okay, so right now your AVAX, since you are expecting a small dump for your BTC, right, your AVAX is going to hit this support at around $14 there. That's the time we enter. Once it touches this support at around $14 there, we enter our position, our longs, and we put a stop loss right here. But if there's a severe bad thing on your BTC and your BTC dumps again, it will break this support. So we need to put a stop loss right here. You can see around $13.92. Okay, so even if there's a dump, we are safe, right? Okay, so now let's go to your straight to your 4-hour chart also. Let me show you where your AVAX is going. Okay, so right now if you're putting your long orders on AVAX and right now the BTC is going up, here's where you'll put your take profit around $14.87, since your AVAX was just ranging from $13.95 to $14.87. Okay, so right now if it dumps, you know that your AVAX will break this support at around $13.95, break the support, make a resistance, then only we enter short. Okay, and then it's all the way going to $12.95. Okay, this will play until there's something very bad for BTC. Okay, so now let's go into your next chart, which is the Solana. Okay, so the Solana, you'll know that it's ranging from $21 to, you can see the past $21 to $21.35 to $19.88. Okay, so now let's go on a smaller time frame to show you exactly how it's going to play out. Okay, so right now we are expecting a small dump on BTC, right? So right now the Solana needs to break this resistance. Once you break this resistance, your Bitcoin also break its own resistance and give that small dump. Mostly your AVAX will touch this support at around $19.88. There we need to put a limit buy and a small stop loss. Okay, so it can even break this support if there's a severe dump. Okay, and that's the time where I'll go on a bigger time frame to show you. Okay, so if the severe thing happens, your Solana is going to break this support, make a resistance, then only we enter short, and we ride it all the way to $17.27. There we put a take profit. Okay, so mostly your Bitcoin is going to pump, and for your Solana long position take profit, you need to put it at $21.35. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your dot. Okay, so if you see your dot was ranging from here from $5.48 to $5.23. Okay, so now this it's not going to range right here, so more probably it can range right here at this at $5.011. It can range to $5.23, but that's not confirmed yet. Okay, so we need to check whether it will range here or it can just drop from here, where it will kind of break the support at $5.011, break the support, make a resistance, then we enter short and we ride it all the way to $4.67. Okay, so right now we need to watch. Okay, but if your Bitcoin is bullish, your your dot is going right here to this resistance, more likely to this resistance at around $5.23. Okay, so there, once it reaches here, we need to say whether it's going to range here or it's going to break this, make a support and range back here. Okay, so that's for your dot chart. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your Cardano. Okay, so for Cardano also, right now you can see that if your Bitcoin is mostly bullish, right, so Cardano is going to break this resistance right here, going to break this resistance, make a support, and it's more probably going to dangle in this form 0.35 to 0.35, right? It's going to make this a resistance, make this support. Okay, so let's see on a smaller time frame how it's going to play out. Okay, so in a smaller time frame right now, your 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 dot just needs to do this. Okay, the dot needs to kind of break this resistance around 0.35. Once it breaks this resistance, your Bitcoin will also break its own resistance and give that small dump, which we are going to buy it right here. Okay, and put a stop loss right here. Okay, we get the exact entry, and it's more probably going to, you know, to 0.37 cents, right here, 0.37 cents, 0.37 cents. Okay, it's going here to this resistance, right? And only if there's a severe dump, right, which see something happens, then only this is behaving as a resistance right now that it's doing, and then we enter short right here and we ride it all the way to 0.32 cents, your Cardano. Okay, so that's how your Cardano will play. Now let's talk about your next chart, which is your algo. Okay, so algo is keep going down. It's never, it didn't even range here properly, it just dumped right your Bitcoin down. The lowest your algo has gone to 0.09 cents. So I don't feel that shorting would be a good entry for algo, but this coin is keep going down, right? So we don't see on shorting, but if you all want to hold it for a long term hold, because the lowest has gone is around here 0.09 cents. Okay, and this the lowest has gone is 2018. Okay, so now if it touches here, it's in, you can say in 2023 it touched here. Okay, so now let's go into your next chart, which is your near chart. Okay, so for a near chart also, right now it broke this support at around $1.55, and it's kind of making a resistance. But yeah, since your Bitcoin is bullish, right, it's being that bullish thing, so more probably it's going to kind of, I'll show on a small time frame so I can see this. Okay, so it's going to do the same thing as Cardano. Okay, so it's going to break this when Bitcoin is going to break its own resistance, going to break its own resistance your near at $1.57. It's going to break this, make a, it's kind of going to give a fake dump. From there we need to enter all our longs. Okay, and a small stop loss right here, because more probably it's going to go to this to this resistance, since $1.67, since your near also is just ranging from $1.67 to $1.55. Okay, so only if there's a severe dump, right, then only this will behave as a resistance and your near will go straight to $1.26. There we need to put a short take profit. Okay, so now let's go into your last chart, and then your exciting crypto trends. Okay, what we need to watch. Okay, so right now your phantom is just on a downwards trend. Okay, though Bitcoin is pumping, it's just pumping little bit and then it's going down. Okay, so we need to keep an eye on that. Okay, so we just need to watch your phantom because it's quite in the middle also. More probably if your Bitcoin is going to pump, it's going to reach to this resistance around 0.30 cents. Okay, so for your phantom we need to watch whether it ranges, whether it breaks this, whether it breaks this resistance, it breaks this and it starts dangling here, because it kind of dangles, it didn't dangle, it didn't range also, whether it does it over here or it starts, it ranges over here from 0.35 cents to 0.30 cents, or it ranges over here. You need to watch this phantom. Okay, so now let's go straight to your crypto trends. Okay, so for crypto trends only kava pumped and rest all the market is fully down, right? So now let's go into your crypto trends. Okay, so right now if your Bitcoin is pumping, we need to keep an eye on render. Okay, so first chart, if Bitcoin pumps, render is going to the roofs, so we need to keep an eye on render. Right now it's almost here. Okay, so right now we are expecting a small dump for your BTC, right? The render at the most it will go to this around here, to this support. Okay, render will fall here, we need to enter, put a stop loss right here, and more probably your render is going up, okay, to this resistance, right, kind of in the middle. Okay, so you don't, if it goes here, right here, we don't need to buy. Okay, only if it comes back to this support with this quite dump that we are expecting for your BTC, then only we'll enter. Okay, we'll not enter in the middle because more probably it's going to hit this resistance and then kind of dangle here only. Okay, so now let's see into your next chart. If your Bitcoin pumps, which one we need to check? We need to check on kava, right? So if your Bitcoin pumps, we know that kava is going from here, from you can buy it at this support, put a stop loss right here and ride it all the way to $1.21 for your kava. Okay, this is until Bitcoin is bullish, we enter into this position. Okay, so now let's talk about your next bullish one. If your Bitcoin is bullish, we're expecting a small dump, right? So your Lido also is more probably going to go to this resistance. Okay, more probably it's going to go up. Okay, make the support and then it's going to go up. Okay, so Lido also looks bullish. If your Bitcoin pumps very hard, right, we expect a small dump, it's going to dump here slightly. We put our position right here and put our stop loss right here and ride it all the way. Once it breaks, make support, we'll ride it to where it goes next to this resistance, $21, $2.61. Okay, so Lido also we need to keep an eye if your Bitcoin is bullish. Okay, and the next one is Joe. Okay, so Joe also we need to keep an eye. Okay, if we are expecting a small dump from your BTC chart, so Joe is going to kind of make a triangle pattern here and we need to buy it right here. Okay, and put a stop loss right here and ride it all the way to this resistance, 0.47 cents. There you put your take profit. Okay, and this chart is only if Bitcoin is bullish. Okay, so if kind of Bitcoin is bearish, right, this chart now you have to watch. Okay, first one is quant, if your Bitcoin is bearish. Okay, so if your Bitcoin is bearish, right now we wait for a small pump and then we can attack this is until Bitcoin is bearish. Remember your quant chart. Okay, so once it kind of comes to this support, you can see makes a, once your quant chart comes to this support makes a resistance, there we enter a short and we ride it all the way to, we put our short entry right here and we ride it to $102. Okay, your quant chart. Okay, this is until if Bitcoin is bearish. Okay, so now the next chart is LTC. Okay, so if your Bitcoin is bearish, okay, we'll not take LTC. LTC is already dumped so much. Okay, so the next chart we'll take is here, ATP. Okay, so ATP also, but if your no, only the quant chart is bearish. So if your Bitcoin is bearish, we'll keep an eye on quant chart. Okay, so that's it for your crypto news. If you like content like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell on so you don't miss content like this and you're early to watch. Okay, so peace out, crypto fam.